I've been using Wibbi to create home exercise programs for my patients since 2010, back when they were still called physiotech. It's also what we use in our online clinic. Here are my top 5 reasons why I've stuck with them and I'm unlikely to switch. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mareike. I'm the director of sportsinjuryphysio.com, which is an online physiotherapy clinic. We treat patients 100% via video call. So having good exercise prescription software is fundamental to our business. There's no way we could get away with just drawing some stick figures for a patient. Full disclosure, I'm not getting paid to make this video, but if you sign up via the link in the description of the video, I will earn a small commission. But that link also gives you a 30-day free trial of Wibbi and 50% off your first 3 months should you decide to subscribe, which I think is a pretty good deal. Also, if you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that I only promote products that I actually use and that I find useful. So this is my true opinion of Wibbi. So Wibbi has all the basic things that you would expect exercise prescription software to have. So I'm not going to dig into the basics because they also give you an hour worth of training if you decide to sign up. I'm just going to highlight the things that I find really useful and share some tips on how you can actually save time while using the product. Number 1 is their massive exercise library and the fact that I can add my own exercises to it. Now, their website says they've got something like over 20,000 exercise videos in the software. And I believe them because if you put something like glute bridges in, you get a whole list of glute bridges done in so many different ways that you just can't believe. And I think this is because so many therapists are actually contributing by sending in their own exercise and saying, can you please add this? That the list has just grown and become really, really useful. Now, the nice thing is the exercises are grouped into 18 modules. So things like Pilates, orthopedics, fitness training, amputation exercises for older people. And you only pay for the modules you actually want. And I'll talk about the cost structure later because I feel it's really affordable and I like how they do it, that I don't have to pay for stuff I don't want. But my favorite feature, like I said, of the exercise library is that I can add my own exercises and videos. I don't know about you, but I often have a patient where I just want to adjust the exercise a bit, but I really want to give them a video to remind them of what they want to do. Now, I could just film it and email it to them, but then it's separate. So with Wibbi, because I can upload it, it just shows up in their normal exercise sheet with all the other stuff. So they only have one place to go look at it. And then if I feel it's something that I actually want to use on a permanent basis, I'll also email it to Wibbi and they will add it for me. And their turnaround time is really quick. So if I give them a simple exercise like a mat Pilates type exercise that doesn't need special equipment, they film it within a few weeks and it's on the system looking beautiful in their style, which is nice and clean. If it's something that needs special equipment like TRX or perhaps to be in the gym, that can take a little bit longer because they've got to wait until they've got a few of those before they go into the gym and film it. But again, it's usually been a couple of months and I just, like I said, upload my own exercises in the meantime for the patient that they've got something to go off. And then when Wibbi adds it, they let me know and I give the patient the proper exercise in the program. Wibbi understands that therapists don't have time. So they've added loads of things over the years that can really, really save you time. And the first of those is templates. So yes, they provide you with templates, but you can also build your own. Now, I can hear you saying, well, I prescribe exercise that's different for every patient. Yes, but I bet you've got a specific pool that if somebody has an injury, like for instance, Achilles tendonitis, we see lots of that. They're always your favorite exercises, a big pool of those. Now, if I have to search through 20,000 exercises to find the exercise I want for each patient, that would take me ages. But what we tend to do in the practice is we'll take a condition we see often and we'll just go, what are all the exercises I tend to use for different patients? So then you create your own template with, say there's then 30 or 40 exercises in it, and then you can just go delete the ones you don't want. So it's much quicker than trying to find the correct one. And the nice thing is you can then add the text you want, exactly the sets, the reps you normally use and everything. So a lot of the stuff is pre-filled like you want, so you don't have to go write all of that out. So creating templates for yourself is a super good time-saving hack with them. And the nice thing then also is you can also share it with the rest of the clinic. The second thing that you can save time with is Wibbi has made it so that, yes, all the exercises have default descriptions or instructions with it, but you can write your own. And when you save your own instructions, it saves it for you. You don't end up then creating different instructions than what your colleague in the clinic wants. So even though you share the same software, each clinician can actually write their own favorite instructions and just save it. So this is not a template, it's just in the regular software, but when you come back to that exercise, it always has your nice, tidy instructions in there. The third way that Wibbi is saving therapists time is that they've integrated with a lot of the electronic note-keeping systems, and that means that you don't have to go and input data into systems to keep a good record of everything. So we actually switched to Clinico because they integrate so seamlessly with Wibbi. And what happens is, if we create a patient in Clinico and we do the notes there and everything, and we go to Wibbi, that patient is now already created there. So I don't have to add the name and the email address and everything again. I can just search for them. And then once I've created their exercise plan, I can just click the button that says send to EMR, and it sends a PDF copy of the exercises to Clinico. So their exercises are saved on their treatment log. And what that means is I don't have to write out every single exercise I've given to them in their clinical notes by hand, or how many sets or reps or anything. The information is there. So if any of my colleagues have to go see my patient, they can immediately see what exercises I've prescribed without even having to go to Wibbi to actually look it up. And also it's there from a legal point of view, because otherwise, if you ever decide to not use Wibbi anymore, what then? All the exercises are in the software, and if you switch, none of that is recorded in your notes. So from a legal perspective, that's also not great. So that function where it integrates and sends the PDF to the system to save it is really, really good. The last two things that can save you time are kind of similar but different. So the one is that Wibbi allows you to upload information sheets. They've got loads of already prepared information sheets, which is quite good, that you can attach to patients' exercise notes. So if you've got specific advice you feel is useful for people to know about arthritis or about Achilles injuries or anything like that, you can just attach it to that and the patient can read it right in the Wibbi software. And the last time-saving hack is if you use outcome measures in your clinic, like the lower extremity functional scale, for instance, it also saves time for you there, because what you can do is Wibbi's got these outcome measures on their system, and you can just attach it to the patient's, what do you call it, account in Wibbi, and then they can open it like they open their regular exercise program and fill it in online. And there's no typing or anything. They just have to click little boxes and it gets recorded. And the nice thing is they can fill that form in multiple times. And when you open it as the therapist on your side, you see the scores and what they filled in next to each other. So it's so easy to actually just see over time how this patient has progressed or actually regressed or what is going on. Third reason why I like Wibbi? Well, it's because our patients love Wibbi. There are three main things they talk about in the reviews for our online clinic when Wibbi is mentioned. And the first is that they find it really convenient to access their exercises via an app so that they can do them and just carry the app with them. And that's the nice thing about Wibbi, is it allows you to use it on a laptop, you can use it on a tablet, or you can use it on an app. So that's quite nifty. They also like the tracking feature for the exercises, and it helps them stay on track and keep a good diary of their weights and their sets and the reps, and helps them to see how they progress. So that's a nifty thing about the exercise sheets that you can compile for patients, is you can, and you've got choice over this of what you want to include. You can get them to mark out sets, reps, how long they've held an exercise for, how much weight they've used, if they get pain with the exercise, how difficult they feel it. So there's lots of things that they can mark off, and you don't have to show all of that to them. You can decide what shows to them, and then the therapist can review that at any point. So you don't have to wait for the patient to come in and say, oh, this is how I felt with the exercises. You can actually go in and see on the back end, okay, this is what's happening. Oh, that exercise seems to be a problem. I think we need to adapt it. And then, of course, the patients also mention that they really appreciate the clear video instructions and the text instructions that comes with the exercise program. Fourth reason I love Wibbi, their customer support is superb. I've always had really quick responses and really helpful responses to any queries I've sent in. And even when a technical issue is clearly on my side, that there's something stupid I'm doing with my laptop or my computer that it's not working, they've really taken time to try and understand what's going on and help me get it working again. So I really appreciate that. And also, whenever we get a new team member or physio on the team, Wibbi takes care of all the onboarding. You just tell them this person's now part of the team, send them an email address, and they even provide an hour's worth of training for the physio on the software if they want it. The final reason I really like Wibbi is that I feel their cost structure and their price is actually really reasonable. So bear in mind that you may be watching this video a while after I've made it, so the prices may not be absolutely accurate, but Wibbi's only put up their prices a handful of times in the 14 years that I've been using them, and it's never been by much. So at the moment, the cost is about around £21, £21.50 for the base module. So what you do is for £21.50 or somewhere around there, you get access to the software and then the orthopedic module. And if you want any other of the exercise modules, it's about £3.50 extra per month for that. We use about 3 modules in the clinic, and that's quite reasonable for me. Now, you get one therapist gets free access to that then, and if you want to add anybody else to your team, it's again £3.50 per therapist. And it's really easy whenever you want to add another therapist, or if somebody leaves the clinic, you simply email them and they remove the therapist and you immediately stop paying for that. So there's nothing that, oh no, you've got to pay for this person for the full year, because that's how it works. It's on a month-by-month basis, and it's literally, you just pay for what you use. Those are my 5 reasons why I love Wibbi. So if you want to give them a go, there's a link in the description of the video. If you sign up via that, you'll get a 30-day free trial. And then if you decide to subscribe, you'll get 50% off your first 3 months with them. Let me know if you've got any questions. And yes, hope you found this useful. Take care.